Hello everyone, Days here, and today I'm going to be talking about how to level up your art, and more specifically finding the balance between trying new things, repeating old things, and completely forgetting about art. Without adding new books to your library, the amount of books to lend will feel less after some time, and if not that, the knowledge of this library will simply not expand. Same goes for your mental one, and specifically the art section. Learning new things, whether it be through drawing or observing a thing, is necessary for growth. What are the keys for not only getting this new information but also applying it? After some toilet thinking, I came up with three important keys: curiosity, involvement, and time. You see, there was a time where all of us were held by someone not being able to talk or communicate, and outside of when we were going to sleep, and what we were going to eat, very important questions that were on our minds, like what the fuck is this in front of me, how do I do that, and is there something different from this, and of course a lot more, is what got us from pretty much end of life work to where we are right now. If it wasn't for that curiosity, only God knows where we would be if we were alive, of course. How did that curiosity came though? I would love if I'd speak only about myself, but as time goes on, curiosity kinda fades away. Questions come less and less if I don't make a decision to ask them. How does something so familiar that helped us millions of times just doesn't show up as usual though? The answer is pretty obvious. We just stopped saying I don't know. More and more because of school, idiots like us, and us of course. Curiosity isn't a tool we use often, so whenever we do some type of study or draw something we don't fully understand, diving into that thing and asking as many questions as possible isn't the things we choose to do. We have become such idiots that even when we are only by ourselves, we still pretend like we are not the same orc with just a little bit more information. We identify with the tiny bit of knowledge we know, and we do our best at blocking the possibility for growth. On top of that, fear, stress, and uncomfortableness also help. Next time you have some type of art problem in front of you, make sure questions arise. If not automatically, you be the one to ask them. Tackle this problem as if you were a responsible kid and realize there is nothing important to lose, you know. Of course you lose the idea of you being smart and knowing what you're doing, but who cares, man. Dive as deep as you can. Make sure you're enjoying it with the help of music, podcast, or even breathing. It's great if questions are coming, but the reason why thoughts are so impactful is because they trigger actions. With just thinking you won't achieve anything, you know. If I became a little bit more specific, the actions that you're involved with are really the ones that hit the target the best. I talked more specific on this topic in my last video, but simply said, learn how to use your willpower by challenging yourself a little bit every day. I don't know with what exactly, but just do it. After some time, changes will amaze you, I promise. And wow, time is the third key I was talking about. It's like the three of them are somehow complementing and completing each other. Wow. But yeah, time is really important, no matter how many questions or how much involvement you're putting. If someone has spent more time, even with less of those two, they can be an art god compared to you. Time is the only key that most of us can't use. I said the most cause you never know who is watching you, you know, especially on the internet. But yeah, no need to try a lift a whole well cause you simply not do shit. Accepting the fact though can give trouble to some people. So pretty please just appreciate what you got in front of you, appreciate all the actions and questions that helped you improve compared to last week, and keep them coming. As time goes on, upgrades will come. You just make sure you are working towards them. And of course make sure you watch my last video. Other than the important first steps that helped us get our toes a little wet, it's repetition that gets us deep in the waters. In my opinion, you can't really say you know a certain thing without being able to rotate it, and in general draw it from imagination. And of course that takes a lot of reoccurrence to get that familiar with the thing you are studying. But it's necessary to become the artist you probably want to be, you know. Using the three keys I was talking about will be big helpers, as repetition doesn't mean thoughtlessly drawing again and again. If I keep it a book with you, the name of this segment is kinda clickbait. Of course, completely forgetting about art is fine, but more specifically I'm talking about getting off the chair, dropping your pen and brush and experiencing something else. Not stopping, observing the world and getting either new information or inspiration from it. This smart move will refresh your mind and help you see your mistakes more easily, see your improvements more easily, and in general make the pictures a lot more clearer. You also get a lot of inspo if you are creative and conscious enough about it. Sometimes that inspo will just lose itself in the memories and probably never come back, but sometimes these memories will help us draw our best piece, or at least a top 10 one. Also, you can give yourself something of a free clothing course if you observe them enough. Then you come back and do your thing on the paper or screen. And of course you can do that about anatomy and everything. Yeah, I probably don't know about this, but forgetting about art, observing inspiration and all this stuff and just doing something else can be lots of fun. It's not something prohibited by God, you know. If you want, you can do that. Just make sure you don't lose yourself in the process. That was the end of this video, man. Just like last video, I feel like I could have stretched it a little bit more, like 10 minutes or so. But I don't know, I just kinda like write scripts, then read them. I don't really like think too much about it. Of course I double check it for some mistakes or some repetition of words, but yeah. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notice, subscribe again, then subscribe again, comment, and have a nice day, of course. See you till the next video. Peace. Peace.